Hello, hello, lovelies. Welcome, welcome. Today is Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Let's see. All right. There we go. I just put in the chat box that all questions are welcome, all topics are welcome. I read on personal things, political things, spiritual topics, life path, all the things. Pop your question in the chat if you have one. And if not, I have some topics that I'm going to read on that are mostly political. So I'm going to get started with that. Number one is the top of my list and a lot of other people's today is the J.D. Vance, Usha, and Erica Kelly. Ooh, I got some feelings about that. Last week I talked about also all things in this video are alleged, and tarot is for entertainment purposes only. Tarot and other oracle readings, that type of thing. It's all for entertainment purposes. Cover my butt. Anyway, so I have some feelings about Miss Erica. And I'll just have a whole lot of thoughts about what her plans are and how she's going to get there. So let's see what the cards have to say. It's not the one. Evidence of a scandal. I am not shocked. So, hello, I'm good. How are you, Light Blue? It's nice to see you here. Thank you. Evidence of a scandal with a business tycoon. So I'm reading on JD and Erica, and it is all for the money. All for the money. Yeah. I think there's more to it on Erica's perspective. I really think that she's hoping very much that more details of her religious center, I'm not sure what it's properly called, but she had some kind of a religious organization in Romania, and at the time that she had that, a lot of children went missing and they closed her down. So, I'm making assumptions here, and it's alleged. So, but there's it's funny that the Romanian government told her she had to close down and leave. All right. Light Blue, I see your question. When will I be in a long-term relationship? So it's really hard to tell time. From this perspective. Instead, I'm going to give you some old woman advice, me being the old woman. And that is, be the person you want to have in your life. Find confidence and love yourself. And know that, if there's something that you feel like you're insecure about, spend time working on that, whether that's through shadow work or with a therapist or with, workbooks or that type of thing. All of those, any of those, can help you find your self-confidence, your self-love. And when you are right with you, then you have space and energy, and it will flow right. Does that make sense to you? Okay, I will rephrase it. It's more of an energetic match. When you are right with yourself, the right person will come to you. And if you rush it, you're going to get a hard lesson. And I'm not saying that hard lessons aren't there when it's the right person as well, because that's always possible too. Been there, done that. Happy birthday, by the way. Belated. Okay. All right. So I think while we're waiting, I'm going to go on. And the next topic that I wanted to cover is about SNAP. And it feels like this is 45's let them eat cake moment. Hello. All questions and topics are welcome. I read on personal, political, spiritual, and life path topics. I do mediumship work, and sometimes past lives. It's a little rocky. Sometimes I can, sometimes I cannot. Right now I'm reading on the SNAP benefits and what feels like Trump's let them eat cake moment. Yes, it is Trump's let them eat cake moment. And he is relentlessly determined to not reopen the government and not let those funds go. However, the voice of the people will override that, and the situation will be improved. Now the question is, how long is that going to take? Because there's a lot of people in the United States who need those funds. And our food banks aren't prepared to meet that need. So if anybody watching this now or in the future has extra funds, please donate cash to your food banks. They can do more with cash than they can with actual food that you donate to them. Our dollars, like we can buy, a can of vegetables for $1, and they can buy 5 cans of vegetables for $1. So can you give me any thoughts on timing for this? How soon Will SNAP funds be released? I know that the USDA has a budget, a fund that they can tap into for payment of the SNAP funds. But I also know that those have been withheld in the government shutdown. Whatever's going on in the background, it's shaping our future. And once this is over, the corruption's going to be revealed. I know nobody's shocked to hear this, but there is a misuse of funds happening. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is the SNAP funds. I don't get a sense of timing. Let me see if my pendulum will tell me. Okay, so front to back is a yes. Yes. Show me no. Okay, and side to side is a no. So can you tell me, will SNAP funds be released within the next 7 days Earth time? Okay, so that was a yes. We'll see if it comes true. Hopefully it does. Also, I wanted to mention my heart goes out to everybody who is in Jamaica or has loved ones in Jamaica. I am hopeful that everybody, all your loved ones are safe. So, all right. So all questions are welcome. All topics are welcome. I read personal, political, spiritual. I can try past life stuff, but it doesn't always work. Okay. The other thing that's really, really, really on my mind is, why are 45's kids not present this time around? That one's really in my head. Show me what they need to know about 45's kids. Why aren't they with him this time as much as they were last time? This card says staged, set up, and framed. And then there's also, I've got a couple other here. Missing pieces. We don't know what's happening, why they're missing. And anybody who's coming in, I'm reading on 45's kids and why they're not as prominent in his White House run this time. I'm being very careful how I say things. There's been an aggressive attack, and that's a possible highlight blue. And And I believe that they've had their homes searched before, and that they're concerned about connecting them, riding on his coattails this time. They don't want to be tainted by his actions. They don't want to be responsible for his actions. I think they've figured out that it's way, way beyond what they want to be involved in. Okay. Light blue, welcome back. No worries. Did you hear everything that I said about knowing your own vibration and working on yourself and being really solid in who you are? Whether that be through shadow work or workbooks or therapy, any of those things, to work on the areas of yourself. Okay, that's awesome. Good for you. I'm almost 60, and I can tell you this, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still learning something new every single day. And so you're not even 30 yet, are you? No. I was in my 40s when I got married, and I've only been married one time. And he was worth the wait. I needed to figure out who I was, and I needed to get right with who I was. I needed to be in a place where I had time to commit to a relationship. Before that, I had done a lot of work on education and career. And since we've gotten married, I've done a lot of work on my career. So no, nothing is wrong with you. I'm not trying to say that. I'm sorry if that's what you're understanding me to say. That is not at all what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it takes maturity. A lot of times it just takes you just going, this is my life. I'm going to live it and be as happy as I can possibly be on my own. And if somebody comes along who's worthy of me and my time, then I will let them in. I really want you to think about what I just said about somebody else being worthy of you. And the reason I say that is you said nothing is wrong with me. Are you trying to change yourself to attract somebody else? Or are you just fine with who you are and they need to resonate with you? Because that second one is what I'm trying to talk about. You don't have to change yourself for somebody else to love you. In fact, please don't, because if they can't love you as you are, they're not worthy of you. Okay? Hi, Marwa Mira. I'm not sure if that's how you say your name. Welcome. Light blue, did I cover that for you well? May I ask what is coming next to me in love? You are going to have a choice between two men. Pick the one that is kindest. He may be quiet and a bit introverted. The one who's very gregarious can change personalities, and that's difficult. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very glad to hear that you like my vibe. Thank you. and welcome. You said his name is Chakib and you feel close to him. That's nice. Good for you. Do you feel like there's somebody else who's been kind of interested in you? Yeah, I thought you kind of did. I feel like I really feel like there's two people that are at the top of your list. There's one who's very honest and one who's very gregarious. Do you know who has a big personality? Avoid the one with the big personality. That's wise. I'm glad that you left the one that was evil. Self-protection is a really, really important thing. I'm so glad for you for being able to get away from that. Good. Good. And the new one will work out. Awesome. And read books is that's like everything, isn't it? For me too. I don't know if I could be with somebody who doesn't read. For me, a book is a way to escape and, be in somebody else's shoes and learn about the world. Yeah. Oh, nice. Glad that there's financial stability because that's also very important. Very nice. Very nice. Good for you. Good. What's your favorite genre to read? Oh, neat. That he has his own gym, his own business. Good. Very good. Russian literature. Oh, fascinating. Hmm. I read a lot of very technical content um, in my job. So on my off time when I'm reading, it's either cozy mysteries or romances or other very lighthearted topics because my work topics are very dense, very technical, very big language. Hi, Marie. Welcome. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, my very first answer was no. To your question about getting back together with Philip. But that it's I don't feel like it's going to be a long period of time before you're seeing somebody else that's of interest for you. Thank you both. Maria, I don't feel like you're going to reconcile with him. I think you're going to move on. I feel like you're going to wait for a period of time hoping for that reconciliation, and then it's going to just kind of hit you. Yeah, this isn't worth your time to keep waiting for him. Either he's not adult enough, he's not mature enough for you, or he's moved on to somebody else. I'm sorry. I don't feel like this is going to happen for you. Um, and no, I don't see you living together. Okay, let me go back up. Thank you. Thank you, Mara Mira. I appreciate your liking and subscribing. How does he feel about you? Interested, and yet also, like, I feel like he's holding something back. He's being very careful. I feel like I feel like he gives a lot of energy to his business, and he doesn't want to string you along. Which, if that's the case, that's a really good thing. But I do feel like he's interested. Like, I feel like, is his gym fairly new? Is this a fairly new business for him? It feels like it's in its early, like the first 5 years of being opened, and he feels like he has to be there all the time, overseeing everything. Yeah. Okay. So I I feel like right now he's going to be distant for that reason, because he's got to give all of his energy to his business. I think in a few years, your prospects for connecting with him will be better. But right now, you're going to hit or miss. He wants to, but he doesn't have the energy to. Does that make sense? Okay, good, good. I'm glad to hear that. Any other questions? Well, that's nice. He says he feels like he can have 10 kids with you. That's wow. That's pretty impressive. That's trust. Yes, RS, you're welcome to ask something. How does he see you? Well, if he tells you that he wants to have 10 kids with you, um, I believe that's what we call hot. He appreciates what he sees and how you behave with him. Marie, I'm hearing 2 or 3 kids in your life in this lifetime. And when I say 2 or 3, there's a possibility that third one will be a miscarriage. I'm sorry. You're very welcome, Mira. You're very welcome. Thank you for showing up and asking questions. Makes these so much more interesting. All right. RS, can I ask what is coming towards me in love? You've been single for a while. Marie, that's your third one. So 2. Okay, so what's coming towards you in love? And you've been single for a while. It's really hard to choose time to talk about time in a way that is realistic, because when I hear messages, spirit is telling me a time, but that may not be the actual time that it really is, because the time on spirit side is far different than time on our side. It's much faster. But I feel like your window of singlehood is about 5 years. And I will say to you what I've said to others. In fact, I don't know if Light Blue is still here, but be really happy with yourself. Find your own happiness and, do things like fulfill your hobbies or go travel or, build yourself, enrich yourself, and don't look. Stop looking, stop yearning, just go do your life. And when the time is right, that person will be there at just the right time. Well, then there you go. You might be right around the corner then, mightn't it? Marie, I don't get a feel for that. Maybe one of each, but I'm not sure of that. And what I'm hearing really loud is gender fluid. A lot of kids being born right now are in that gender fluid realm. They don't identify as either male or female. They identify as they. So that's one possibility for you. RS, you're very welcome. Any other questions? Marie, will Philip find somebody new fast? I do think so, yes, but I don't think it's going to be a long term for him. I feel like he has a lot of maturing to do. And there are a lot of people who won't tolerate the behaviors. I get the feeling that he's the type to step out and see somebody else, even though he's in a committed relationship. Or at least the female partner thinks that it's a committed relationship. Yeah. Very immature and sometimes aggressive. Yeah. And your life is probably better off without him. I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but I think you can do a lot better. They will do what you allow them to do, what you will tolerate. Yep. Sorry that you had to go through that. That's heartbreaking to know that somebody doesn't value you enough, that they feel the need to look elsewhere. RS, will I get married in this lifetime? Huh. Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be a few years for you, RS. Marie, no, I don't think the new woman's going to tolerate it either. No. RS, you're very welcome. How do you feel my new partner will be? You've been with Philip for 9 years. Oh, you're very welcome, Marie. I feel like you need to take a little bit of time to recover from that relationship and the breakup, because I feel like you've got some heartbreak to work through, but also to find yourself again, to learn who you are on your own, and to look back at that relationship with Philip and go, this is the red flag that told me this is who he is. And these are the things that he did that I won't accept in a new relationship. And I feel like right now, so now I'm hearing a year or two. And a good 6 months is a minimum that you should be giving to your own healing. And a year or two really gives you time to rediscover who you are, what interests you have, what makes you laugh, what makes you feel whole and loved. So I feel like that time frame is where you need to be. And I could be wrong about that. Yeah, not right now. Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't. After that length of a time with somebody, it's hard to like step out and then come back into it. It's just not. It's too quick of a turnaround, and some people just can't survive on their own. But I feel like you can. I feel like you've got a backbone of steel, is what I'm hearing. You are very strong. And good for you. Good for you. Yes, I can give you a message from your Father, RS. You're very welcome, Marie. Yeah, you shouldn't have to live through hell. Nobody should. Nobody should. All right. So, RS, I see your question about a message from your father. So, one of the cards that I pulled is that time is precious and don't waste your time. I'm getting, yeah, that's fine. Put the cards down. You don't need them, Missy. Seems like a character. I see everything. I know everything. It's okay. And you're on the right path. And that's the message that is coming across really strong. He also said, let the regrets go. Forgive yourself. It's not worth holding on to that pain. Oh, I'm sorry that you're crying. I understand. Both of my parents are gone. Marie, I'm sorry that you were so addicted to Philip and that you were treated so poorly. You deserve so much better. RS does there's a country music song by Winona Judd, In Daddy's Hands. And that's the song that's playing in my head right now. You're very welcome, RS. Marie, it's a process. It's time. It's going out and filling your time with, like I said before, getting involved in new hobbies or volunteering or, spending your time with other people where you are having fun. And the more you fill up that emotional bucket, the lower the painful emotional bucket it goes. Miss Thing, yes, of course you can ask. Please do. Yes. Marie, he doesn't care. He has the personality that he's very self-centered is what I'm feeling. I don't feel like he understands the concept of what it means to be hurtful to somebody else. Okay, Miss Thang. When me and Rob made eye contact, what was he thinking or feeling? Off the top, I'm getting she's cute. And yet I'm also feeling a part that is reserved. Like they have some form of commitment to somebody else. And I don't know that it's like a partner commitment. It feels like either he is a parent and is very involved in his child's life, his child. I can't tell if it's one or more than one, or he's taking care of a parent, or possibly both. And so while there's that mental interest there, I feel like his time is very committed. And so that's his reluctance to pursue anything. He is a parent. That was a long stare. Those are so much fun, aren't they? Anything else? So, Marie, I just get the feeling that you're just going to know. It just everything will just kind of fall into place, and it's this knowing. It's like you will know that you have met your other half. To describe him physically, I don't have that. I don't have that. I can't see that. Mhm. This thing that's fun. Yeah, a lot of men are very, very, very shy. They're very concerned about, being shot down and their feelings getting hurt from it. Yeah. RS, can I ask if my coworker Rodrigo has a crush on me, or am I imagining things? Do you really want to go there at work with a coworker? Because if things go off the rails and bad, not a great place. Somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to quit and move on. And I feel like in this case, it would be you. So even if there is any kind of interest there, avoid it if you can. Marie, I get that he is respectful, a good provider for his family, intelligent, which means he can also be very intense. and yet he knows how to laugh. Those are the things that are coming across for me. Miss Thing, the way you let a man know that you like him back is A, a smile, and B, touch him. If you lean over and just put your hand on his arm, that's his window to proceed. Marie, you're very intense. You're a Scorpio. I'm very intense and I'm not a Scorpio. Anything else? Okay, well, I'm not seeing any other questions in the chat. I'll wait just a moment more, and then if there's nothing else, I think I'm going to call an end. Oh, Marie, no. Men are stimulated visually, but whoever this is not like you can be that visual stimulation for him as opposed to needing to go online or look elsewhere for it. And I would say prioritize that part of the relationship. Not that you have to be anybody that you're not, but make sure to save time for that relationship. If you're busy, if you're both busy, if you're tired, if you have children. Yeah, right? But so, prioritize that connection with him all across that relationship, the full duration of it. No matter what else you have going on in life, find a way to have that connection. No, and nor should you be. Nor should you be with somebody who looks at other women like that. Nor should you be. That, for me, that would be a hard line. Mm-mm. So you're so very welcome. I'm very glad I could help you today. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anything else you got? Oh, you'll be fine. You will be fine. Yeah, I know these first couple of months are really, really, really hard. My best advice for you is go out and do something, get involved in something else so that you have something to be focused on as opposed to that breakup. You can if you'd like. I mean, if you've got something else to ask, I'm happy to answer. Oh, any messages from your dad? Sorry, I missed that. Oh, thank you. I was so happy to hear that. I'm so glad to have you here from Norway. I love knowing where everybody's from. Messages from your dad. Oof. He seems like a not very nice person. And that is a product of his own abuse, of other people abusing him. Does he drink alcohol? So what I'm feeling is that he drinks a lot of alcohol as a coping mechanism for the physical and emotional pain that he has from earlier in his life. No, he didn't drink. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I don't know who I was reading then. But also, I'm not always 100% right. So let me put that in there as well. Oh, he is dead. Okay. You feel very neglected by him. Felt very neglected by him. And for him, death was freedom. He feels so much relief being out of a physical body. I feel like I do very strongly feel like he had a really hard life and he did not cope with it very well. A lot of anger, maybe, or at least that's how he expressed it to others. Yeah. Do you think he was more fond of your brother because he knew how to treat a man, a male child? I think he felt like there was a lot of power struggles between the two of you. He wanted to be in control and you wanted to be in control. And that was where you guys butted heads a lot. He was also very self-critical. But at the same time, I'm seeing this, don't be so hard on yourself is what I'm hearing. You never listen to your parents? Yeah, that got you into trouble, didn't it? You got to do what your heart says you need to do. You know, our families want us to follow a particular path because that's what they see as safe, regardless of whether that path is what our path should really be. The last card I've gotten is forgiveness. Move past the grievances and find peace. That's a beautiful card. That's a really beautiful card. Yeah, all of these are his messages, these cards that I pulled. When I pull cards, when I'm bringing up cards, what I'm doing is I'm shuffling like this. And if something pops out like that, just dropped, this said emotional overwhelm. And this one is unite and resolve differences. And you need each other. So that might be a message for you and your brother. If there's distance between the two of you, try and find that connection again. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry that it's been so long. I'm not close with my brother either. I had two brothers, and then my oldest brother passed away 12 years ago, almost 13. And it's been a rocky relationship our entire lives. So I get it. I get it. It's heartbreaking. You know, we are so focused on our own hurt that it's hard to connect with somebody who hurt you like that. Or at least or somebody who doesn't understand you and doesn't make an effort to understand you. That's certainly possible. But also, if that's the case, if your father didn't like you because you're female, how did that shape his relationship with your brother and your brother's relationship with you? Because my guess is that your brother took on that same mindset, which is why he doesn't have a relationship with you. Either he doesn't know how to have a relationship with a female, or he looks down on women in like toxic masculinity. I'm sorry that you're still fighting, or that you were when you were talking with him. Your brother is a spoiled brat. I tend to read a lot of the comments because I don't know how many of them show up in the video afterwards when the live is done. He got everything he wanted. Wow. Oh, that's hard. That's hard to That's hard to be a sibling to and watch, knowing that your own life is very restricted. Wow. They bought him cars and technical stuff, all kinds of things. Yeah. Wow. I don't know that you're ever going to have a good relationship with him, but I feel like there's a lesson in that scenario perhaps that you're better off not having a relationship with him. Feel like he would manipulate you if you did get close. Yeah, yeah. Your dad was definitely very glad to leave the physical pain and the emotional pain behind that he experienced in that lifetime. And the other side is beautiful. Spirit side is amazing. It is, they talk about seeing the light when you die. That light is the light of love. And spirit world is love. And so, yes, he was really happy to go back home. Yeah. All right. Anything else? I'm a little over an hour. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like you're seeing that is the lesson that you needed to know, and keeping your distance from that. That distance is healthy for you and good for you for doing that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. So, with him being aggressive and mean, keeping your distance is certainly wise. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to call this done. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and asking questions and spending time. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to be here every Sunday, same time. Yep. So if you subscribe to the channel, I post when I'm going to have a live, and I put the US times in there because I'm in the US. But I'm trying to keep the same time frame each Sunday. And you're very welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me and for sharing so much of you. I so appreciate that. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right. I'm going to end now. Take care. Bye now.